Good evening, everyone. So it's so great to see all of you here today. And can't believe I'm saying this, but we are already stepping into 2025. All right. It feels like Christmas just passed like 2 weeks ago, and it's been a new year, and now we are looking forward to a Chinese New Year already. Okay, so it's quite crazy how time flies, but I am optimistic about the year. I don't really know why, but I have a really good feeling about this year. So I'm sure that it will also be reflected, and I hope that all of you are feeling the same thing too, right? And that this year, even though it's whatever year you are, okay, it's gonna be a great year. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go right into today's topic, right? Okay, all right. So today we're gonna go into this new topic, which is a new year, a new you, and discover how you can live out your best life at any age. Okay, for us, we don't think that health should only be restricted to a certain age group, or if you're older, you have to pay more attention. I believe at every age, you want to feel at your best. You want to be able to enjoy life, to do the things that you enjoy doing. And I think good health uh, is really important for that. All right. So of course, before we start this thing, it's really important that we have to set some foundation first. Okay. And I think since we're entering the year, why don't we go into this year's direction? Okay. How are we going to go into this year, uh, in a nutrition training perspective? Okay. So as you know that for us, we play a lot of importance in the area of insulin resistance. Okay. Especially this is our main direction. So for the past years. Okay, of course, this has always been our focus, and it still is our focus, right? So insulin resistance, we can see it reflected in two ways. Number one is in your sugar and lipid profile. The other will be in terms of your weight. Okay, so these are the two main indicators that will reflect where do you stand in the area of insulin resistance. Okay, so last year, I think we focused a lot on GLP-1. It is a very important topic, very interesting. And of course, we will still be talking about this year as well. But I think if you just talk about GLP-1, we are not really looking at this topic wide enough. Because GLP-1 is it is a big topic, but there's still many other areas that also influence how our body responds to insulin, such as hormone balance. Okay, hormone balance is one very important aspect. So sometimes we can have a lot of GLP-1, but even if there is some hormone imbalances, or for some people, especially when they have some repeated symptoms they keep experiencing, but they just cannot break through that uh, stagnancy, then very likely there's some hormonal imbalance that's happening. So we may have to use other products or use other alternatives to help to reverse this issue. Okay, but it's all related to insulin resistance also. And another important capacity is also protein, the nutrient balance, like are you eating enough nickel? So protein is a very wide topic on its own, and it has a very big supportive feature towards controlling and managing good sugar levels. Probiotic plus also, there's a lot of interest in gut health. So we will also spend a bit more time in this, and of course in the vitamin and mineral aspect as well, such as omega-3, spirulina, joint mobility. So I think this is quite new, right, for most of you because we have not included this before in our training. So we have, but it's not in depth. So through this year, we will be introducing different products and to give you a different kind of perspective about how it jives into this big picture of insulin resistance. So as we are talking about this topic, I do think that now, especially with the modern society, and especially these past few years, people are getting more and more interested in complementary and functional medicine, or you can say nutrition-related approach to, uh, achieve wellness. And I think that people are also becoming very careful about what they put into their body. People are a lot more learned right now, and they use Google to search for information. So I don't think people are so easily convinced to just take medicine or to just go for a doctor for whatever kind of treatment that they're facing. So because of this, um, right, the whole idea about detox has become very popular. It has been popular for a while, but I think it has become more and more mainstream already. That it has also come into the whole field of clinical science as well. But I think this word detox have also triggered a lot of misconceptions. I think even until today, for all of you on this call, I'm sure either you yourself has doubt, you yourself also may not really believe 100%. Okay, I think it's totally okay to be honest with yourself. And at the same time, if you believe in it, you may not be able to address your friend's concern about detox. You know, they may throw you a lot of questions and you may find yourself in a situation that you don't know how to answer. Okay, so it's really important that we have to tackle this misconception so that you yourself are convinced, you know the science behind it, and then you can convince somebody to also join on board and they will understand how this will benefit them. Okay, so number one, a lot of people have this misunderstanding that detox is purging. You just go to the toilet. It's very harsh. It's very unpleasant. It's something that you will suffer as you go through. Well, depending what kind of method you do, for those, there are some people who really believe that you do all these kind of irrigation methods can help, but detox should not be like that. Okay, so any detox that you're going through like this, then there's something wrong about the kind of detox method that you do. Okay, juices and extreme protocols, very extreme way of eating, you don't eat, you only drink juice, that actually harms your metabolism. So we don't subscribe to all these extreme protocols as well. Not science-based. I don't believe toxins exist. Okay, these two are very common. Some people, they really think that this is totally nonsense. Okay, because toxins is not something that I can see, I can eat. It's a very abstract concept. Like you can just throw this idea, but there's no scientific base. People don't think there is a scientific proof to it. And okay, this is also a very common one. Our liver and kidneys can do the job. So they can do the job, of course, to a certain degree. But with today's condition and the toxic load that we are facing, this is not enough. So now with how technology is advancing, there are so many ways that we are able to identify toxins in our body already. So this is just a very recent trending news that says a single scratch on a non-stick cookware can release up to 9,000 PFA, and which a broken coating can unleash over 2 million nanoparticles. So now science can tell us exactly how much of all these things is in our body. So make sure you don't use any non-stick pan, because non-stick pan is just really very dangerous to you. Ensure that you're using the correct kind of pan that don't leach out heavy metals to your body. So they can see the single scratch, right? I'm sure some of you, your pots and pans have more than single scratch. Don't know how many scratches already. And scientists can now identify that there are microplastics or contaminants in every single organ in our body, from our brain to our breast to our liver, kidney, skin. Okay, you can find this everywhere in our body already. So it is now proven, it's really up to the person to believe it or not. And now, especially with all kinds of microscope that you can find in the science field, that you can already determine how much they are in our body. And all these toxins, they stay in the body for a long time. Their half-life is up to like 50 years, 60 years, or sometimes even 100 years. Okay, they don't come out from our body. So you can imagine, right, if you don't do anything about these toxins, it will only accumulate and accumulate. And that's why people are more at risk to all kinds of unexplained illnesses and cancer and, this kind of thing. So it could be due to some of these things that's in our body. So scientists estimate there are up to an average adult has at least 700, and for a newborn, okay, an innocent newborn has more than 200 toxins. So it has already been inherited and passed down to the next generation. And it's already in our food chain and everywhere. Okay? And how does this accumulate? It's everywhere really, in our food, the plastics that we use, environment, air, water, household chemicals, cookware, even stress and anxiety also make our toxins stay longer in our body. So these are all the kind of environment that we are in. So I do believe that it's not okay to not detox anymore. So now we need to know what does scientifically sound detox look like. So by definition, detox is a process or a period of time in which one rids the body of toxic or unhealthy substances. So every single day, our organs are working to eliminate these contaminants. So they can be toxic bacteria, pollutants, plasticizer, heavy metals. Most common is actually pesticide and fertilizer. So these are the things that our body is working very hard on a daily basis. Okay, because you eat every day, you go out every day. So these things cannot stay in our body for long. So our body is working overtime, especially our liver, our kidney, okay, and our gut keep on working every day to ensure that we stay in a healthy zone. So how do you know how much toxin is in your body? Have you thought about it? Of course, unless you go and do some sophisticated tests, okay, if not, it's quite difficult to identify that exactly. But then there are a few factors that can influence, and you yourself can know whether you have a lot or where do you stand. So number one, exposure to toxins. So if you are staying near a high-rise building or your construction site nearby, so those are actually very high risk, especially with all the floating particles that come to a construction site. And you notice your environment. Genetic also, okay, surprisingly, some people's bodies don't produce enough detoxification enzyme. So our body has the enzyme to do its natural detoxification process. So some people, they may not have this enough. Okay, so they tend to have, illnesses and sluggish liver as a result. Okay, and nutrition is also very important. It helps to detox nutrients. So without proper nutrients, your detoxification organs cannot work properly. Enzyme is one of them, but you need something to nourish it so that it's able to perform its function. All right, so we will look into what type of nutrition. So what are signs of high toxicity? Okay, so we all have a limit, just like someone's credit limit, right? Everybody has a specific credit card limit. So we also have our own personal toxic limit. So it's a bit hard to know exactly where we are, but it is usually the point that you know that you're falling sick, that you have a lot of unexplained things happening, all right? And we will go through some of these symptoms later. Okay, our body cannot clear toxins quickly or efficiently now. So some of these signs are overactive immune system, that you have allergies and you have food sensitivities, or you find yourself falling sick easily also. And you have high inflammation, okay, constantly in a very stressful state. Okay, you have low restorative sleep. Actually, this is quite a big sign. I think it's not so much about the number of hours, but the deep sleep that you have, and the sleep when you wake up, you feel fresh. So many people in this today's modern society lack of this restorative sleep. So sometimes it could be due to toxins, accumulation that could be, messing around a little bit of how our brain waves would go and how our sleep hormones are being metabolized. This sluggish, you have mood swings, you're irritable, weight gain, and especially difficult in losing weight. No matter what you do, it's always stagnant. You cannot seem to overcome that. High blood sugar, migraine, bloating, constipation, and so much more. So these are some of the symptoms that you can feel that is coming up very frequently and it's unexplained. So it could be due to a sign of high toxicity. Okay, so there are recent studies that shows when toxins are injected into animals, they have a much greater chance of gaining weight, no matter the diet. So this is to prove that there is a direct link towards toxicity and weight gain. So when there's more toxin, you actually mess up the body's ability to burn and to utilize calories well. So weight gain is a lot higher when a person's body is labeled with a lot of toxin. So this is a new concept that many people are not aware that there is a weight connection between toxins and metabolic dysfunction. All right, so this is a new school of thought that's slowly coming in that they are finding an association between unexplained weight gain. All right, so all these consequences that comes with toxin accumulation. So there are more and more studies that link how it can affect our brain, skin health, immune conditions, obesity, diabetes. So this is a different topic altogether. Okay, I don't have time to go into it, but there's a lot of science about how toxin can lead to diabetes also, how it messes up with our pancreas and things like that. So this is for another day. Okay? Infertility and cancer as well. All right. So detox is no longer just an option. All right. With all that we have explained and with the society and the kind of lifestyle that we're living in today, it's no longer an option. It is a necessity already. And I think everybody should be on this at least. If you don't like to do it, at least once a year. Okay, I think now is the best time to start, or after Chinese New Year or whatever it is. But you make sure that you go through this at least once a year, minimum. Okay, so detox can only be effective when the gut works effectively, efficiently. All right. In order for a good detox that would nourish your body, you need to ensure some of these things first. So it has to work efficiently, and you need to go to the toilet, right? At least once, it's even better 2 times a day, and a well-formed one. Without bowel movement, the excretion of toxin is limited because most of our toxins they will excrete either a urea or a stool. So stool is a big part of it. So many of the toxins processed by the liver is also through that. So imagine if you have 1 day of constipation. So 1 day of constipation, your toxin will be reabsorbed back. Because whatever that you cannot excrete, you will reabsorb back in your body. So that includes all the toxins that your body is trying so hard to remove every day. Okay. So 1 day of constipation can bring a lot of harm to your body. So some of these, okay, so you need to have proper hydration also, so you can flush out all these toxins. And sufficient consumption of dietary fiber is very important. It says that you need to have 35 grams of fiber. So 35 grams is actually quite a lot. So you're talking about lunch, you have a big plate of veggie, and night big plate of veggie and sort of fruits, you'll hit about 25. Okay, or maybe close to 30. But 35, you may need a bit of supplementation. Okay, this is to ensure that if you have a lot of toxins, fiber, they act as like a sponge. Okay, they are able to bulk the stool, so it's able to absorb all the toxins in your body. So the more fiber you have, the more sponges you have in your body, its ability to absorb toxins is better. Okay, and it's very important, especially this part, you want to prevent toxins from being reabsorbed. Okay, so consistent intake of nutrients optimize the function of primary organs like gut and liver, reduce unhealthy stimulation of the immune system. All right, so now, actually, I know we have talked about a lot about the gut, but now there's a lot of science that talk not just only about gut already. They say detox, a real scientifically proven kind of detox is actually gut and the liver, which call the gut liver axis, because both of them are also very important to ensure that our natural detoxification processes go smoothly. So of course, before I go into the liver, I want to touch into this first because clear start is a very important one. And you may be very used to this already because university have this for a long time. So we don't really come to appreciate how good it is really and how complete, right? Later we'll go through a segment that will compare with different brands, but actually Unicity, right? Our clear facility is really very unique to us. Okay, number one is very complete. Most companies out there, they have this. Okay, they have a fiber supplement that's quite common, but none of them really have a very complete kind of package that addresses 3 different areas. That you have one for, so of course, to get rid of the harmful bacteria. This is of course very important. You need 35 grams of this and this one. Okay, that ensure that you have proper bowel movement that does not hurt your body. It's not a laxative, and to really get the right kind of dosage and that nourishes your body, it's not easy, to find something like this. And with affordable price point and all these things really, when I was doing this presentation, made me realize, how amazing our product is. Okay, maybe appreciate our product a lot more. Okay, so very quickly you go into Paraway. So Paraway is very simple, straightforward. Paraway means parasite away. So the main objective is to eliminate harmful parasites and pathogens, whatever that, okay, we want to use natural methods to get rid of it. So we all use, 14 different type of herbs, walnut, how all these are great for our body, not just they remove the bad stuff, but they also nourishes our body and help our body to detoxify better as well. Okay, and all these things have medicinal effect, so they are like natural medicine for our body. Number two, we need a lubricant, or in other words, you can say it's like a sponge lah. Okay, for it to be able to pick up as much toxins as possible. So it's very important that we have a protective layer. It's a smooth bowel passage, because if we don't have enough fiber, constipation can actually hurt and even cut through our gut lining, and you can bleed. So it's very important that you have enough of this to prevent things like piles, okay, and abrasion of your small intestine. Oh, sorry, your large intestine. So not just only any kind of fiber that has 4 or 5 ingredients. So we're very careful. We have 29 different types of herbs and plants. So I can say confidently that we have a really good quality fiber. Okay, not just in terms of the grammage, but the variety that we have inside. So live fiber is actually a really good product for overall nutrition as well. Okay, and it's a vital nourishment for the gut. And Nature's Tea and aloe vera. So both of these are also very unique to us. They help to flush out waste and regulate our bowel movement. So for Nature's Tea, this is a very nice tea that you can drink at night. So this senna leaf, we use a high quality concentrated senna leaf. So it's very effective. You only need to put like 2 minutes. You can really feel it in your body. So this is something that you take, definitely you have effect the next day. Okay. It can help to regulate your bowel movement, and it's also a very soothing formula. It's really good to bring back the kind of rhythm in your gut. So we have another alternative, which is aloe vera. So aloe vera is also very unique to us in the sense that our dosage is very high. Standard aloe vera is maybe about 200 milligrams. So we have close to 500, 519 to be precise. Okay, so it's considered a higher dose concentrated aloe vera. So aloe vera is known to be really good for digestive issues and especially for constipation also. So for us, this is just the right kind of dosage that you take, you will also have effect. So I personally do like this aloe vera because it's convenient and everything will come up from your body. Okay, that's what I can say. You just have to take it to know what I'm talking about. All right, you feel like everything comes out and it's just really good now. Okay, but it can be quite potent, so I keep between 1 capsule. So for those who can take it, you can go up to 2 capsules, all right? And it also have other metabolic benefits. It helps to lower sugar and other cholesterol in these cases as well. So this is where aloe vera is also really good in terms of help to manage a bit of a two-in-one kind of function. So not to say that Nature's Tea is not good now. Okay, both have this kind of different kind of effect. Depending on do you prefer tea or or capsule form. So we are trying very hard to have aloe vera in all 3 of our countries. So for Malaysia at the moment, we are still working on it. All right, but for Brunei and Singapore, great news. I know you have aloe vera in the market already. Okay, so that's good news to all. All right, so Clear Start is complete, comprehensive, and science-based. All right, it's not just one kind of product that can do everything, because I really don't think it is. You need a specific kind of product to perform a specific function for it to really complete its intended effect. So now I want to move into the liver, all right, which is known as the gut liver and yeast, right? So it's really interesting why we bring joint mobility into this presentation today. Okay, before we go into it, we need to know what is the role of liver in detox. So detox is also very important, which you mentioned about balancing sex hormones, right? Okay, and it's interesting to note that how our body regulates the amount of sex hormones actually comes from the liver. So sometimes if there's too much estrogen, it's also not good. All right, it's called estrogen dominance. There's another kind of extreme case where you have too much of estrogen into your body. So in order for us to prevent this from happening, our liver needs to be able to perform its function to flush excess estrogen from our body. Okay, so this is where liver play a kind of role that is very different from the intestine. Okay, so to make things easier for you to understand is this illustration. So the liver acts like our body's filtration system. like this water filter, right? You put this filter. What it does is that it filters everything. So your dirty water, everything, it will filter off everything. So what you have is clean water. So our liver is the same thing also. So this is like our liver. This is like our food that we take. So whatever comes out from our body, it will remove the unwanted things. But what nourishes us, okay, it will give it to us. So this is why actually liver is just as important as the gut. In fact, everything will go through the liver first, then only it will go through the gut. So all the more we should place more importance on the liver. And if you really want to do a complete detox, we should include liver into the equation. Right? It's actually very important. So it converts toxins into waste product, it cleanses your blood and metabolizes nutrient and medication. Make sure that everything you eat, it will do the first round of filter first so that you don't get harm into your body. When diarrhea happens, it's quite bad already lah. But before all these things were to manifest, your liver is the one working very hard to prevent that from happening. Okay, so when your liver is neglected, overburdened through increased toxic load or lack of nutrients, not nourished enough, it gets very sluggish and congested. So gut liver exists. Once this is really nourished, lowers your chance to have any kind of immunity problem, and you also really nourish your body. So key behind good health and especially good immunity lies in the liver. So I think this is where we should spend a bit more time to really, tackle this liver as well. So what are nutrients that are beneficial for the liver? So good thing to know is turmeric. Okay, it's a very powerful antioxidant. It's one of those, it's very famous. I'm sure you all know, right? And you all know that turmeric has all kinds of benefits, not just for the joint, for pain, or it is also a natural blood thinning agent. Do you know that? Okay, so for those who have high blood pressure, actually turmeric is also very good for that. So it also helps to detoxify, helps your liver to detoxify even better, and it stimulates your liver in a good way. All right, it helps to promote the liver enzyme. As we know, some people they don't have enough enzyme on them. That's why the detoxification process is much more compromised. So it stimulates your liver in such a way that it's able to detoxify even better. Like your water filter, right? Some water filter is like, don't know what quality one. So if you change the filter to be a better one, it's able to suck out whatever dirt even better. So the same kind of illustration also applies when you have turmeric for our liver. Okay, it also helps to stimulate bowel. So some people, when they have very stubborn weight loss, it's because the bowel is not really functioning, because the bowel is where it has a lot of enzyme to break down the fat. So if you don't have enough, okay, this is the bowel actually. All right, your liver produces bowel, it stay here, and once there's fat released into your body, it will release this bowel. So we need to ensure that the bowel always moves, okay, so that of course, number one, you don't have any bowel stone or bowel obstruction. But of course, to make sure that you don't have anything excess, especially fat in your body. Okay. They also help the liver to be more efficient in removing toxins and waste products as well, increase bowel flow. So bitter things, like bitter gourd and all these things are actually very good to increase bowel flow as well. Right? It also helps to remove fat from the liver and decrease triglyceride, TG. As you know, triglyceride, those very high, usually has a lot to do with the liver. Right? So it helps to, decrease TG, and it's also beneficial in that sense of the lipid profile. Okay, so to just go through about how does it compare with supplements? First of all, food only has 2 to 6% of curcumin, which is very low. Even though you feel like you eat a lot of turmeric, but it's actually very low only. Okay, it cannot really do much in terms of exhibiting that kind of effect that we want in our body. So you need to find supplements, especially high quality one up to 95%. So yeah, like that, then you know you're getting a really potent kind of turmeric. So curcumin is actually naturally quite hard for our body to absorb. Only 2 to 3% may end up in our bloodstream. So this is why we ensure, this is why we get it done supplement wise, and also in our joint mobility, it has some other supporting nutrients to help to absorb it better. So ours is clinically tested dosage and is able to be absorbed in our body. It's a well-rounded formula, okay, combined with other powerful antioxidant like boswellia. So this is one of the supporting ingredient that helps turmeric to absorb better. So for Coloflex, you have black pepper. So black pepper helps to absorb our body to absorb turmeric better. Okay, so these are the different a bit of variances between both of these products, but they are both also 95% curcumin. So if you want to increase absorption even more, you can take curcumin with a meal, okay, when you're consuming some fat. Mm. So it's best post-meal after your food, your meal, you take joint mobility. So it can actually help the absorption even better. And best to take with evening meal, okay, while you're sleeping. So you can just take it at night after your dinner. So if you have joint pain or chronic osteoarthritis, it's recommended to take 500 milligrams twice a day. But if you do have that, but if not, if you follow 60, you just take two a day, it's also pretty good already. Okay, for general health and detox, you can just take two a day. Finish it within a month. Okay, so I will go through this very quickly. So this is how our detox plan is different from other kind. Okay, because I can tell you other kind of detox, they just borrow that word. But if you really ask them how they form their detox plan or what makes their detox plan substantial, they cannot really give you anything. So I'm glad to say that this is actually a very renowned institution, which is called the Institute for Functional Medicine. Okay, so they are quite the gold standard in this. So this is their criteria of having a detox food plan or a detox criteria. So I can say that we fulfill most of it. Okay, of course, this is something you have to do on your own, like fresh organic. But a really good detox plan should reduce your toxic burden. Okay, like all the things that we talk about, like Paraway and all these. Okay, targeted antioxidant, you may have the boost with a bit more vitamin C, but of course, this is important. It should support your nutrient-dependent pathway, encourage healthy elimination of toxins, balances hormone metabolism, and reduce food sugar. And of course, you see a very important aspect here is support liver function. So I can say that our clear start and together with the Colaflex that we have is actually really solid. All right. And it's not easy to find a plan that can fulfill their criteria. Okay, they're quite a reputable kind of functional medicine association. So we can fulfill most of the pillars here. And of course, those that we don't have, we can supplement it separately. So by right, if we really want to detox our body, it's a big topic. Okay, we may need other nutrients to come in also, but I think at the moment, what you have is also pretty sufficient already. Okay, so other kinds, like I said, you can see this a lot in the market. Okay, they have psyllium husk powder or they have some kind of vegetable or fruit extract. They can give you a really nice poster with some fruits and they have a really interesting way of packaging their products, right? And they say that, okay, you can detox with this, like then when you look at the ingredient, they don't even tell you how many milligrams is everything. And they just say that, oh, there's like how many fruits and vegetables and that's it. You don't even know what you're really taking. Okay, and they claim that it can work. So there are also a lot of direct selling options that also have their own detox plan, but then I would say it's not very complete. So both of these are from really very well-known brands and they don't have what we have. Okay, what they have is just very general kind of fiber supplement and that's it. Okay, so very generic and if you look behind, they don't have 29 different fiber confirmed, just a few. So I would say in terms of detox, it's really one of our strong suits. And we are actually really good in terms of the quality and the kind of program that we're offering our customers, right? So this is where I would say that we are one of the leading in this area. All right, so we cover both the gut and the liver. So in this way and this new perspective, we are able to experience even greater effect of cleansing. And we cannot just look at this without looking at this. All right. And now new science is convincing us otherwise that this is also just as important when you come into the whole picture of detox. Guess what are the benefits after completing a detox? How would you feel? Okay, so every time when you finish a detox, you feel lighter, energized, much better mood. Okay, this is one of the first, and many people tell me this thing after they complete a cycle. And reduce water retention, bloating is a great feeling, you know. You know, when you are not carrying extra water in your body and the kind of sensation when there's a lot of air all the time, it's very uncomfortable. Right? So if something can just help you to, you know, and you can wear your jeans better, I mean, why not, right? Okay, improve digestive bowel movement, better physique, and you're able to have weight loss, accelerated results, you feel great. Okay, for those who do it in conjunction, they feel like they experience even greater results, you feel good. And of course, it's able to regulate your hormones and yeah, those who go through pregnancy issues after they go through a clear start, they're able to feel that everything is coming back together. All right. And all the symptoms that they feel will slowly get into a better state. So these are some of the reasons, if not very important reasons that, you know, should make you motivated to start detox. Okay, if you have not already, especially this one for me, I feel, and this one also. Okay, something that really, you know, make me want to do detox. Okay, soon. So where does feel great stand? All right. So feel great. Very simple. This is our last slide, only, by the way. Okay. So how should we navigate through having clear start and feel great? So we can take both of these in such a manner. So we don't have to worry about this being too strong because initially when we introduced this concept, there were a lot of concerns that it may be too strong for the body to go to a fast and also do a detox at the same time. So now, of course, with how people, there are more and more case studies on this, it's actually clear that everybody can do this at the same time as well. So you shouldn't give up your feel great also because I think it's very important because we eat every day and our sugar and insulin go haywire every day. So given a choice, I don't think we should give up on feel great. Okay, we should continue. It should be a long-term thing that we want to embrace, but this detox is something that you can add optionally. Okay, manage every 4 to 6 months if you can, but if not, at least once a year. Okay, that you can do just to do that. You know that whole thing. After when you complete the cycle, you will feel like a different person. Okay, trust me on this. All right, you will feel like a different person. All right. So thank you for bearing with me for the past 30 minutes. Okay, I hope that you have learned, if not something new about detox that you have not touched about before. So, our subsequent session, maybe we will touch about different subtopics and how it relates to this whole bigger picture about insulin resistance. Okay, so thank you very much. Before we go into Q&A, we just want to touch into some future topics that we are having. So we are having another physical talk in Malaysia. So it's called Kickstart Your Health. Time to step into a new era and discover ways to launch into a best year. So these are great for newcomers if you have friends that you want to bring along. I think these are great opportunity to invite them to come and have a listen and a new friendly kind of approach that you don't force anybody, more of like an educational session that you can bring them to listen and to get to know more about it. And of course, not to forget, Chinese New Year event. All right, we're going to have one of these in Singapore very soon, in a month's time. So looking forward, this year is year of the snake. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of activities and always, and I think this is also a very good time to invite friends because post CNY, everybody will feel, it's time to do a detox, that kind of thing. All right. So it's great to bring a friend along. And if there's someone new that get to know us, I think this is a really great, celebrative kind of format that we're having that will really make them open up to us. Okay. So thank you very much, for today. So yeah, we're open to some Q&A if there is any. So we can always have, yeah, the chat room is open. So feel free to ask questions if you have any. So how many of you have actually started to talk or nobody? Okay, great. We have some questions really coming in. So is DP24 good for detox? Actually, DP24 is very good for detox. Okay. Um, there's this component in the detox plan that talks about how we need extra antioxidants. So DP24 actually helps to do that. And the antioxidants that in that 12 fruits and 12 vegetables is actually very beneficial for our body to go through the phase one and phase two detoxification. But it's just a bit unfortunate that we don't have this product anymore. So yeah, so at the moment we can also take alternative. We can take chlorospirina because our body needs vitamin D. If your liver want to convert on all those toxins to to remove it, they need vitamin D, vitamin B1, B2, all these things. So we need a vitamin D complex and protein also actually. So these are two other components that you can look at when you want to look into really good detox for your body. Okay, so Aisha asked, can I take aloe vera with FG on a daily basis? I don't encourage that. I would say to do aloe vera if you really want to do this long term, maybe just alternatively. Okay, I know aloe vera is good. Okay, like the kind of sensation when you go to the toilet is it's like you create everything from your bowel one. And you will feel like you want to use it every day lah. Okay, and what more you have sugar and cholesterol benefit, right? But to prevent, any dependency or lactation or, to your gut, I think we don't encourage that lah. So if you're, okay, of course, during the detox program, you should take one, okay, alternatively then slowly increase up to two. Once you are done, okay, you can take a break and then you continue. So when you are on this on a daily basis, just maybe once or twice a week or three times a week, I think that's okay. Like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and that kind of thing. So I think you can do with rotational basis. Yeah, I think that would be better for daily. Okay, can Biotype Slim control high blood pressure? I do think it helps a bit. Okay, because once you can reduce your cholesterol and you can reduce your sugar levels, very naturally your blood pressure will also follow too. But of course we have to investigate more. But most of the time when they are on feel great, once they see their cholesterol go down, their sugar, very naturally their blood pressure will also go down. Unless their blood pressure is due to other kind of factors, like such as high stress, very poor sleep, or maybe the blood is very thick. So we need to know what is the root cause. But most of the time, with feel great, it will help to see a reduction in the blood pressure again. Okay, so it's a detox product in pill or powder format. Okay, great to ask. We have all actually. So like Paraway, for example, right, that is to detox, to remove naturally all those harmful parasites, especially in capsule form. So there's a way to take it. Okay, so if you really do buy, we do have an instruction booklet given to you as well. And then of course aloe vera is capsule. We have tea also, which is nature's tea. Just choose either one. And after that, we have live fiber, which is powder form. So live fiber you can take with your Bioslife S. You can break your meal by combining both together. I think it's great also. So yeah, actually our detox product is really good lah. And I plan to use it after Chinese New Year. Okay? Because you cannot do too frequent. If you do now, you cannot do post Chinese New Year. So I will do it post Chinese New Year. And I think that my body will really, really need it after that. Okay. And I can't wait to try also, to be on it. Mm. Okay, and if I know Raya is also coming soon, right? Hari Raya. So you can actually do now also one. Because Raya will be March. You can do like maybe like February or something also can near your Raya, so you look like extra good when you wear your traditional costume. Best to be taken in a set, really. Don't separate it. If you're on the detox program, all three of those products have its function. So if you take out, you only use one, right? You don't have the benefit of two. Like just now we went through it, we know that there is a purpose behind everything, right? So we encourage you to go through it together, and you cannot go without one, to be frank, if you want to see the result. So I will highly encourage that. So is there a time frame to take FG? Mm, what do you mean? FG you can just take as usual. If you're gonna take your clear start, the products generally don't break fast on. The only thing that may break is live fiber. So live fiber just take before your meal together with Bioslife S. lunch or dinner, doesn't matter. Okay, so life fiber is the only thing that you have to pay attention if you are afraid that you take your fast. But other than that, you can actually take any time. Oh, but Paraway you take early morning empty stomach. That's the only thing. But other than that, it doesn't interfere with your fasting. Okay, so if detox with nature's tea alone for 14 days versus taking a cleanse kit, Paraway aloe vera fiber, is there a difference? Of course, there is a difference because aloe vera only does one thing, which is regulate your gut, which is you go to the toilet. But what happens inside your body? Like, what happens with the parasite? Just because your bowel is moving doesn't mean that the parasite is gone, You need something to like kill the thing. All right. You can be going to the toilet for all every day, but the toxin can still be there. So you need your paraway to kill the parasite. Okay. And you need enough fiber. That is very important. Okay. I know fiber is something that people think that, okay, it's so general. I can just, but you need a good quality fiber and 35 grams. Okay. If not enough fiber, right? Your stool will not be well formed and you may not be able to capture the toxins also. So I would encourage you to please go with the true thing, okay? It's there for a reason. So yeah, highly encourage that. But if you're asking nature's tea or aloe vera, I would say both is about the same, but nature's tea is a bit stronger for me. So it's really quite different for different people. Some people, they will say that aloe vera is stronger for that, but nature's tea is all right. It's more something that body can tolerate. But some people, it's the opposite effect. So I personally think that aloe vera works better for me. I don't cramp. I don't have those cramping effects too much. And yeah, aloe vera just works for me better. Yeah, so you have to try it for yourself. But if you are new, you can try aloe vera first. Yeah, because aloe vera is just more convenient in that sense. But if you are eager to try both, there's no problem as well. Okay. So Dada, divorce can help hormonal imbalance. Yes, it can. So it does really, and especially for those women first, sometimes you have either too much estrogen or too little progesterone. So sometimes when you have too much of estrogen, it's not a good thing. Because I know when it comes to menopausal age, we don't have enough estrogen, right? But that's a different thing. But for us, especially at a certain age, right, our body, when we cannot metabolize and to remove excess estrogen, we have too much, it can lead to a lot of problems, infertility, or sometimes skin problems and, other kind of manifestation. So it can help to balance back our hormone in that sense. Okay, so as your info, we could take joint and Colaflex together, right? And how many tablets you take for each one? If you take joint mobility, you don't need to take Colaflex, lah. Okay, you just take either one. So Colaflex is just more for Malaysia because, we don't have joint mobility here. So just whatever your country has, just continue. You can just take two a day. You can take two a day, yeah, for your liver. And depending on how bad is your liver condition, so some people, they may have to take 3 to 4. But I think in general, just follow the recommendation. I think 2 is also quite enough. Yeah, you can just take 2 and finish that one bottle in a month. Okay, can we take life fiber daily? Of course. Okay, this is safe to take every day. You're encouraged to take every day, and anyway, we're not having enough fiber. So right now, I also take life fiber. I think it also helps with constipation. So every day I will take that just to make sure that I'll have bowel movement every day. Okay, so how many times can we detox 1 year and more? I think 4 times is quite good already. 4 times. So for us, we're not extreme people, okay? I'm not gonna ask you to detox every month, right? Even though it's so good. I think actually if you can detox even 3 times, it's still very good already. But of course, a quarter is even better now. Every 4 months you do one time. Every 4 months you do one time. Okay, I think it helps, especially if you have breathing issues or weight problems and stuff like that. So I think 3 times is also quite good. 3 to 4 times, yes. That's quite a good a good time to detox. Yep. All right, so it's great. We have a lot of questions today, so I find that very interesting, and I always enjoy your questions. So, yeah, we can always keep them coming. If you need to know more, please don't hesitate to send me an email. And yeah, and we are going to have this session again as well. All right, so thank you everyone so much, and especially sacrificing your time, right? And on a Tuesday night, So really appreciate all of you, and thank you for your interest to attend to this session. Okay, so look forward to see you all soon. There'll be more updates on our training topics for upcoming month. So, well, while we are at it. See you real soon. Bye.